Merry Christmas, everyone. I'm the Mysterious JG, and I want to welcome you to the final episode of our 12 Days of Christmas, Dead or Alive 5, the last round. Dead or Alive 5, I have thoroughly enjoyed. I don't know that, every so often I get to the end of a Let's Play and I start questioning, did I make the right jokes? Was I funny enough on commentary? Is it a good thing or a bad thing that I wasn't thinking about Scotty Riggs while playing the Riggs story mode? Because most of the people listening have no idea who Scotty Riggs is anyway. So I always start asking these questions, but I will tell you this much: I definitely enjoyed, even if there were moments where I got sounded frustrated at the gameplay or whatever. I've enjoyed playing through this because, in a small way, it allowed me to have the fun of Let's Playing Rumble Roses all over again. It's a deeply silly game with a very silly juvenile story, which is a loose and not particularly well done excuse to have sexy people fighting. Um, so there you have it. We'll do a story so far recap. Why the hell not? It's the last video. We might as well do a story so far recap. If you want to skip ahead a couple of minutes, you're fine to do that. It's not a big deal. I'll never know unless you make a stink about it in the comments. So, at the beginning of the game, this guy, whose name I've forgotten, even though I could easily check right over here, Bayman. Oh shit! I can't back out. I screwed. I shouldn't have done that. Oh, now we have to listen to this horrible music too. Yeah, the menu music in this game, like I was playing it all afternoon one day when I first got it, and the music gets stuck in your head, and it really isn't very good. So I'm kind of annoyed that I now will have this in the background as we play through the game. But anyway, Bayman, he was not Kokoro. So Bayman is like a military dude. He's got his military unit, and they're attacked by a mysterious and deadly weapon, which I believe is supposed to be a clone of Kasumi. Then, this chick fights somebody. Then, we have more with this, like, insanely powerful, like, super high-speed, unstoppable weapon of destruction clone of Kasumi has been unleashed in the Middle East, and what can it mean? So then Rig fights Mr. Strong, or whatever his name is, Bass, because they're just like two guys hanging out having fun on an oil platform. And Rig and Bass seem to be fairly likable characters, which makes it surprising when later on Bass is like the master of evil and stuff. Then we have the two ninjas run into each other on the boat that belongs to Helena Douglas, because, is her name Helena Douglas? Yeah, because Donovan is the evil dude. Douglas is her last name. I thought for a minute the evil dude was Douglas. Yeah. So these two ninjas run into each other because Kasumi wants to go find her clone Alpha 152, presumably to destroy it, and not because she wants to hang out with it. I think she's supposed to feel responsible for this thing existing and considers it like this horrible, deadly threat that she should not be allowed to, hang out and exist and stuff. So she wants to go take them out, as you can see from this shot that shows off her ass. And her brother feels like she needs to... I guess she's been kicked out of the Mugen Tenshu Ninja clan, but he feels bad that she's out here taking this all on by herself, and somehow wishes that somehow he could bring her back into the fold. That's the story I get from that. Meanwhile, she fights La Mariposa, who she thinks might know something, and she fights some other people, and she keeps fighting other people. Ayane goes looking for her, and in the course of doing that, she ends up fighting random characters who are training for the tournament, including a guy who's kind of sweet on her, and eventually she fights Bayman, who I guess is hunting for the clone of Kasumi as well, because he's annoyed at the beginning of the game with Helena Douglas that he doesn't feel like she's sharing information with him, and instead it's just letting the ninjas do everything. Then Kokoro has some stuff, and none of it ever, in any way, ever connects to the story. She's just a, cute, I guess she's supposed to be Japanese girl who's fighting the tournament. Then we have the new character who forms a friendship with Tina while sparring and getting ready to enter the tournament. Then we have Tina, who fights some people and is getting ready for the tournament. She also fights this character who I guess is from a previous game but never freaking appears in the story as having her own story mode or is doing anything other than getting beaten up by other characters. Zack tries to recruit people for the tournament and is basically comic relief. Then we have Rig, who meets the mysterious woman whose name I can't remember, who actually she doesn't have her own story mode, which is surprising because I thought she was a fairly big plot character in previous games. She's an evil assassin who works for Donovan. I think this is established in prior games. So she hints that she knows what his past is, and perhaps we're left to wonder if she somehow is involved with getting him to join evil organization. And then he fights some people, and also there's a big explosion on the oil rig. Then Bass fights at the tournament after and forms a tag team with his daughter, and eventually finds out she wants to become the governor. Then the drunk guy fights to get ready for the tournament, but he's actually really helping Elliot, who fights and gets ready for the tournament and loses in the tournament, but impresses his old master nonetheless. Then we have the two cute chicks who are... What are their names? Hitomi is this one, and she's like Jay Fang or something. Either way, they're like cutesy, hey, girl power, super best friends. A little taste of Eigel and Makoto for this game. Oh, and there's a hilarious scene in which a subway fondler almost touches her breast, and then she lands on top of Jackie, and she desperately wants to fuck him, but they don't fuck. Then Hitomi actually gets to the finals of the tournament, which seems surprising for generic sexy girl. You'd think that a character with a little bit more story would be the one to get to the finals, but she just kind of fights a few times and then gets to the finals, where she loses to this guy who fights a few times and then decides that he needs to find a stronger challenge because he's a generic fighting game character who wants to find a stronger challenge. Then the ninjas start hopping around, and I don't know if there's a whole lot of plot revelation in this particular ninja chapter now that I think about it. But with the tournament over, we gradually start building up the story that evil people have made a clone of Kasumi, and that clone is still around, and Kasumi wants to fight it and stop it. But, shockingly, Kasumi appears to be murdered. Then Bayman talks to ninja guys and refuses to join the tournament because he's too busy trying to stop evil clone of Kasumi. Then Helena Douglas has some plot exposition stuff where she doesn't like evil assassin who clearly works for Donovan. Then she and Kokoro have this kind of weird sapphic conversation about their fathers, which led me to speculate wildly that maybe there's some backstory where they're actually half-sisters. And then she fights Lisa, because Lisa is a traitor who's working for the evil guys. At least that's what has been indicated in every scene she's appeared in so far. And then she explains to the ninjas, I'm not doing anything else, my story mode's over, you guys have to take over. Last time, we went back to the past and revisited Hayate watching Kasumi wander off and have a butt. And now we find out that that Hayate and Ayane are actually traveling together, which seems to make sense, because that way if one of them's in a fight, the other one could help, and they would have, double teams and like ninjas. They're not really fighting with honor, they're fighting to win, but that's not how it works. So he beats up, he gets into a fight with the Russian agent guy, even though they're on the same side and want the same thing, and after he wins, the Russian guy's like, okay, whatever, I shouldn't have fought you. Then they fight Kasumi, but they destroy Kasumi because it turns out it's some kind of clone of Kasumi, and the evil experiments that Donovan and his evil people had done before lead Hayate to having evil energy exploding, and somehow whatever experiments they were doing on him before still affects him, because when he gets to the lab and tries to find out, to put a stop to the evil mist organization once and for all, he fights Oil Rig Man, who is apparently part of the evil organization, and evil stuff happens. And then at the very end, what's-her-face, Ayane finds Hayabusa and is like, Hayate's totally in danger. And Hayabusa's like, oh shit, okay, let's go do something about that. And that makes us current. So your basic storyline is a bunch of people have a bunch of random fights that have nothing to do with each other for 90% of the game, and then at the end, some ninjas go to a base where the lead ninja is overwhelmed by evil power, and now the other ninjas have to go help him. In the final story of Dead or Alive 5, Hidden Village. True Kasumi. Ayane reports to Hayabusa about the danger Hayate is in. Hayabusa sends a messenger to a distant land. So apparently, they're not going to go in and like immediately save him. Like I said last time, Ayane just like bolts to get help, which I guess is smart. Except that if they're sending a messenger to a distant land to summon Kasumi to come help, that would indicate that like Hayate is probably trapped in that lab for weeks. True Kasumi. Shokasugi. If it's like Warriors Orochi 3, then she gets to wear a different outfit when she's True Kasumi. Her Player 2 outfit. It's so weird to have so much of my body covered. I'm way too hot in this outfit. My ass is boiling.
Just came by.
Thank you for everything, Muramasa.
Hey, he's a character with a name who's not a fighter.
Don't mention it. It's nothing, my dear.
I wonder if we're supposed to know who he is.
Go on.
Get out of my house. Or into my house, since you're apparently outside. Get out of my dreams. Get into my car. Alright, so she receives a message. And then we go straight back to the oil platform. Because apparently, Hayabusa sends a message. Like, I guess, I don't know why I can't just assume he sent a text message. That's probably what happened. So he texts Murasame, or Masamune, or whatever his name is. And now she's doing, like, ninja helicopters. He's shooting Hadokens. Yeah, I guess my notion that the slow boat message was sent doesn't make sense. He texted her, and she uses her powers to teleport here wearing a new skin-tight leather outfit. So, no, the guy wasn't in the lab for weeks. It's just that she can teleport, because she's a ninja. She actually can teleport. I just don't know how to do the command input. I don't think she's supposed to be able to teleport over long distances, though. Her teleportation powers are limited in the overworld. So this is the crippling choice you must make as a horny gamer. Do you prefer her in skin-tight leather, or which actually hides some of her ass cheek? Or do you want to see her in a non-leather outfit that shows off ass cheek? Can't have a skin-tight leather outfit that shows off ass cheek. It's not allowed.
I can't let you go any further.
I'm evil, by the way, if you hadn't figured that out.
Then I'll just fight my way through.
She does have, like, revealing holes in her leather outfit, though.
Get ready, fight!
Damn it. Hey, I actually countered successfully. And I did that. And I go, height. So that's a nice little easy primer to get us started.
I'm not dead, you killed a clown! Did you even know? Or did I even know, I guess is a better question.
The star of the show has finally arrived. Now let's play.
My name's Play, and I'm not just playing, I like to
My
sprite.
brother.
You know what I'm saying?
Let him go.
You know, they do look a little bit alike, in fairness. He's got kind of reddish hair. Not all brothers look as similar as Bobo and I do. Like, as kids, we looked a lot alike. I'm not sure if that's why he now has the super thick beard. I blocked. What the fuck?
See my butt? Not as well as you used to be able to.
I guess I'm evil oil rig man. What can I say? So I just showed up to distract you briefly from yelling Hayate. Oh, you now?
Epsilon, they're reactivating it. Who's doing this?
Don't act like you don't know.
It's you. But why would would you do this?
I'm just telling
It's
you
not
I
like
don't.
that. This is a relic from Project Epsilon. In fact, I think I can get him out of there.
If you're dumb enough to trust me.
In fact, she isn't evil, but it seems so obvious that she's going to turn out to be evil that I'm kind of not sure why they didn't make her evil.
Listen to me. Hayate has been put to sleep at a basic cellular level.
What?
But he's okay.
What the fuck does that mean?
He's fine. I've entered the override code. It might take a while, but he'll wake up soon.
So it's a good thing I was here, because you fucking ninjas would have no idea what to do right now. Some jobs require a scientist as opposed to a ninja. And then sometimes you get both with the Science Ninja Team Gotcha Man, but... Oh man, don't tell me we're gonna fight...
So many of them.
We have to fight like 100 freaking alphas? It's gonna suck.
It's phase 4. What Donovan was planning. Please, you must stop it.
You, 3 ninjas. Kick back. Seriously, the idea is that these clones are so devastating and that they'll be able to take over the world unless these 3 ninjas stop them right now.
Such selfish arrogance. I cannot allow
You
this.
kind of feel like if they're able to stop them at all, then they were never really a threat to the entire world. So anyway, Kasumi looking sexier than ever here in her new Hayabusa outfit. Damn it. Now, as we get to the crux of the narrative, where it's really important for the story to feel like it's coming together in the exciting action battle, and now I start having to continue, which just makes it feel really silly when we're eventually able to win. Damn it. Hey, this is not cool. At least I got defeated quickly this time. Anybody else want to throw in here? Apparently I'm not getting it done. Damn it. Once I get a little space, I was hoping to actually get a chance to get started on something. And I get dramatically KO'd. She's not even wearing her true Kasumi outfit. What the hell, man? Alright, this video could be a bit of a long one. And I kind of asked for getting thrown there with all the counting I was doing. Ah, close. I'll just keep fighting this one until I win. You girls just stand back. Don't throw in and help or anything. That would be unfair. She stopped punching the instant I did the right counter and switched to a throw? This was always going to be the roughest chapter of the game. I'm not claiming to be particularly good at this game. It's just good enough to struggle through the story for fun. There. With your feminine stuff.
Hayate's awake now. He should be okay.
Oh shit, sorry, I got distracted.
Good. You're back with with us.
We can stop playing as me, since apparently JG's not very good with me. You know, I once defeated Ashtar with the ancient sword of chaos and Clancy and the ancient ship of doom. I really shouldn't have to keep saving the world. I mean, at some point, I should get to take a break.
That's just me being a bitch. No particular reason for that at all.
What are you nodding about? She tried to kill you, I guess. I guess she's saying you stay back here and hang out with Hayabusa. Now, this one should be easy because we actually get to fight as 2 characters. Oh, but they are switching off. I actually pulled off a switch. Good for me. Damn it.
I managed to beat you with only the help of one other ninja.
Oh, so they're devastated, even though I finally won on the first try with one of these. So, you can Hadoken the clone. Okay, so now there's clones of Hayabusa. I somehow didn't notice that. I think that's new. Beam Blast battles, not new, obviously, for any series. I think all Japanese games feature a Beam Blast battle now in the beginning of the series, including Nobunaga's Ambition. So, the new super weapons actually switch back and forth between who they're clones of in the middle of a fight.
This ends now. By my hand.
I am the main character, after all. And I come armed with the main character's breasts.
Oh, now they can switch to you, too? I don't know if that makes it more or less deadly. Damn it. Damn it. I think this is the last fight, though, so... You'll have to tell me. I thought I set it on normal breast jiggle physics. Maybe I accidentally didn't. Somebody asked in the comments, and there's your answer. I thought I'd put in normal breast physics in my options. But perhaps normal is exaggerated, because it's normal for what we expect DOA5 fans to want. Oh, that was hard. Okay, gotcha. We lose. Sure thing. So far, so good here. Okay, stop blocking. That's not helping you. Damn it! Damn it! Oh! I don't see how I'm going to have that much early luck again. It's nowhere near as frustrating as, like, fighting some of the King of the Fighters final bosses. But, where you don't understand what the fuck you're being hit with half the time, and it really just does feel like, does the game feel like letting me win this time or not? But still, when you get somewhere close after you've been losing a lot, it gets frustrating. think I just won the game. There might be another fight. Certainly she's freaking out like at a final boss about to explode. So does this mean I'm done with the Alpha clones? I mean, has Donovan and his evil plans been defeated now, or is there like another oil rig somewhere full of these things? And again, if she can beat this thing in a one-on-one fight, was the world ever really in that much danger? And since they just showed us clone pods with like 1 billion of those things, did fighting off 3 of them actually do anything? Well, we've won the game anyway.
Now nod at me understandingly as though some deep connection has been formed.
Sorry I tried to kill you with my ninja knife.
Ayane, thank you. And Hayate.
Oh, you also exist. Hayabusa, fuck off. Killing helicopter pilots for no reason, giving ninjas a bad name. So I guess we beat up some clones just like we did in the last game. Blew up a facility just like we did in the last game. The world's a totally different place for that.
So you're not coming back into the fold then, or?
I'm always so touched by ninja family reunions.
I will fight on. And I will defeat you.
Is she talking to me?
I just wanna
Well, now that there's like horrible J-pop playing, we know that we've saved the world, but how exactly? Like, okay, so the plot at the beginning of this was that the evil Victor Donovan is still out there and he's building evil clones. So we blew up an oil rig and fought a couple of evil clones, but none of those essential facts have changed. I mean, I'm shocked at Dead or Alive 5's lack of Dead or Alive story advancement. Perhaps there's a DLC coming up where Victor Donovan appears and we get to fight him. He's dressed up in like a sexy French maid costume or something. No, stop me, I'm a rapid white dude. We weren't on the same page. Our arguments became way too recurring, and meter of music is not a thing I'm good at. I don't know if this is J-pop. Maybe it's not J-pop. Although it has that like too wordy, like too many words crammed too quickly in feel that music that was written and composed by native Japanese speakers who are trying to write a song in English. That's what you tend to get. It's like people singing / talking really quickly to fit these really dense phrases in to a horrible rock beat. Or in this case, a horrible rap. So yeah, we never played as her. We never played as Lisa, which I was pretty surprised by considering how often she showed up and appeared to be important early in the story. Obviously, the characters that we're supposed to care about story-wise now are this new girl, I suppose, Rig, who's like, I don't know if he's a new character or if he's... I don't remember him being in the 4th game, but then again, he wasn't a sexy lady, so why would I remember him? But it would appear that the story is mostly about Helena, ninjas, and then a couple of evil characters who are recurring, like the white-haired woman whose name I don't remember. And, yeah. It really was here's a guy coming to grope you, folks. It really was 2 completely unrelated stories. One of them, a big fighting tournament, which really didn't have a story other than typefaces included in are solely developed by Dynacomware. Well, thank you for that credit, game. Amos Ip. It's an interesting name. But no, I mean, it really is the story of, there's a fighting tournament and some people in it, and they have generic fighting tournament motivations. And as I'm finding out from the comments, I didn't even know. Some of them are coming from earlier games, like, yeah, Virtua Fighter characters. I was like, okay, that's cool. I didn't know. that those guys came from Virtua Fighter. I never played Virtua Fighter. I guess it's kind of neat that those characters get to live on. Sort of. I think half of the characters that you don't get to play as in the story mode that are available in Exhibition and Versus mode are from Virtua Fighter or previous games. Ooh. Mr. President.
Yeah, the results were even better than we thought.
Squirted samples all over the place.
Phase 4 is ready to proceed.
Don't sweat it, Dad. Everything's going down exactly like
What? You mean that one guy is that other guy's son? Yeah, we never figured out what the fuck was going on with this. You can't have your opening scene be a teaser for the next game in the series. You have to do something with that during the course of the game. Anyway, Phase 4, who is a character in Exhibition and Versus mode, and she looks like Ayane, but or Kasumi, but she has like a hood thing. So I guess she is weaponized evil clone, but perhaps in some sense like intelligent and whatever. I mean, because we see her crying there as though she objects to being evil weaponized clone, but yeah, you never fight her in the game, so what the hell? She shows up in the intro scene and you never fight her? She has sexy costumes. She just looks like Kasumi, though. Kasumi wearing a hood. Presumably her moveset's different. I think Kasumi can teleport. Oh, Jesus Christ, what the hell is that supposed to be? Kasumi can, oh, and get into the DLC costumes now. Yeah, Kasumi actually has teleport power, so I'm not really sure why it's that big of a freaking deal for evil clones that are supposed to have, like, technologically augmented power. I don't know. Dream Come True collaboration with the stars of Aqua Plus. I don't know what Aqua Plus is, but that's fine. A lot of Tecmo Koei properties. There's a Samurai Warriors one. You can dress Neo Tengu up as Nohime. There's actually a Deception one where you can dress what's her name? I'm blanking on it now. Not Kasumi. Ayane. You can dress Ayane up as Millennia. You know, whatever floats your boat, I guess. But that's it. Other than that, it's a whole lot of like random fights against the computer. You can go into an online mode where you can have throwdowns where people come in and challenge you. It's a fighting game. It had a story, which if you're not going to have one individual short story for each character, that was, as far as like the length and complexity of a story mode, I guess perfectly acceptable for a fighting game. And there was no gimmick where if you lose to M. Bison, you don't get to continue. He just destroys the world with the statue of a giant Buddha that shoots lasers, and you're like, oh fuck, well the next time I get there I'm going to have to like have player 2 come in and beat up a player 2 character every time I lose the first round, or I'll never see the end of this fucking game. No gimmicks like that. Fairly forgiving, fairly fun, eye candy. So I hope you enjoyed your Christmas eye candy, folks. Please do not ask me to Let's Play Rumble Roses XX. Rumble Roses XX doesn't have a story mode, or I would have already helped people by now. It's been a long time since I Let's Played a silly cheesecakey game like this, and I don't see the need to start doing that again as a regular, constant thing. But if anybody has an idea for one that they think would be really fun, there's no harm in letting me know about it. But I think I'm going to go back to Let's Playing somewhat more serious games in the new year. But we'll see. There's some games that are meant to be serious but are instead incredibly goofy, like, for example, Final Fantasy 13-2. You never know. Final Fantasy 8, all sorts of stuff that I've been tending to get done. Actually, as this comes out, Christmas Day, I'll probably have a much better idea of what I'm Let's Playing next, because my Amazon wish list has a couple of items on it that are games I wouldn't mind LPing. So we'll have to see what I have under my Christmas tree might impact what you have to watch as future LPs. I'm going to cut it off now on the Mysterious JG. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this scary Christmas castle. And I hope you guys enjoyed watching slutty ninjas fight up slutty clones. Bye-bye.